The Beatniks take over for a day at a Shawnee Mission High School with snaps all around. Project Lead the Way students show off their engineering innovations at Union Station. And green smoothies, boot camp, and kickboxing, all featured in a day designed to give students some fun ways to focus on being healthy. It's all ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. Ever longed for an easier way to walk your dog? Or how about a school desk redesigned for the 21st century? These were just two of the innovative ideas presented at the Project Lead the Way Senior Showcase. Shawnee Mission South juniors and seniors enrolled in the Project Lead the Way Signature Program joined with students from across the metro at Union Station for the event that highlights the students' senior capstone projects. A wide variety of problem-solving inventions were introduced, including an ambient air refrigeration system that pulls cold air from the outdoors to save energy, and a wake mate for water sports that lets you easily reel in a tow rope behind a boat. Participants were on hand at Union Station to talk to attendees about their inventions and demonstrate their prototypes, such as Evan O'Brien's new take on the school desk.
We made it adjustable where the height of the seat back is adjustable for people of different heights. We also added a second tier desk above it that can be rotated in and out of your way, and that way you can put books, laptop, iPad on that, something just to kind of clear some more workspace for you when you're actually trying to write something.
Since the beginning of the school year, the students have worked to solve a problem by creating their own invention. They worked in teams, completed patent searches, and compiled engineering notebooks documenting their progress.
I think my students did well. I'm very proud of them. They have worked with a mentor through this process, and they worked very hard on creating the solutions that they have. And the work ethic is evident, I think, as you look at them and talk to them.
School board member Deb Zila says she's amazed at the variety of ideas.
The first one we went to was controlling a dog in a walk situation. The belt went around your waist. You had pockets to put your iPod or your wallet, so you were hands-free with your dog. Very interesting. Great to see what our high school kids are doing these days.
The Project Lead the Way program is a national curriculum designed to introduce students to the rigor of engineering before they get to college. For some, it's an introduction to say, well, maybe this is for me, maybe it's not. But for those who are interested, they continue pursuing, and you can take classes 4 and 5 levels deep into it, and it gives them a leg up on other students who go to college preparing for engineering.
Students agree that being part of Project Lead the Way will help them in the future.
Definitely it's helped with thinking and problem solving, and along with other classes in Project Lead the Way.
Oh, I think this is definitely helping me. It's kind of giving me a head up. A lot of kids don't really get engineering experience until the college level, so it's just nice to kind of see what's going on before you get there.
Well, it's amazing, and truly the technology that they have at their disposal, a lot of them said that they use the 3D copier to make actual modules of their ideas. So to have that at their fingertips is amazing, and they come up with some great stuff.
It's fun to see the other projects. There are engineers actually walking around here as well, encouraging some of these students to actually apply for provisional patents.
The projects are pretty cool for people our age to be doing some of these like high research, highly specialized projects. It's pretty cool. A lot of building, a lot of time went into it, so I think it's pretty neat that kids our age are doing stuff this cool and technologically based.
To learn more about Shawnee Mission's Project Lead the Way Signature Program, visit smsd.org and look for the link on the lower right-hand side. What you eat and how much you move can make a real difference in your life. Up next, a program working to get students focused on healthy living while they're still young.
Hi, my name is Jade. I read the book Junkyard Wonders by Patricia Polacco. Starting new school is very stressful, but it's even more stressful if you are a special needs student. Tricia is assigned to room 206 called the Junkyard. Her extraordinary teacher, Miss Pearson, divides her misfit students into tribes and takes them to the city junkyard. Only they realize, like themselves, like pieces of junk, are full of wondrous possibilities and in time will reach their full potential. What I found most interesting about this story was that they were based on true events in the author's life and the strong message about respecting others. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I think you'll like it.
Welcome back. Bluejacket-Flint elementary students are ready to live healthier lives after the 3rd annual Wellness Day at their school.
It's going to be an awesome day, an awesome healthy day for you guys, right?
Yes! Nutritionist Shelley Murray helps students understand just what a big role eating right plays in their lives. From the benefits of fiber to the danger in too much refined sugar.
When you get all that sugar in your body, it revs the whole system up. And guess what? There's no nutrients in it. 0 nutrients. So it doesn't help you think, it doesn't help you grow, it doesn't help you move your body, it doesn't do anything except taste good, right? So we have to think of ways to eat real food that tastes really good.
Her solution? Something she calls a green smoothie. This one she made with spinach, berries, banana, and water. But would kids go for this healthier breakfast alternative? After her taste test, Mia says absolutely.
It has so many fruits and vegetables that have a lot of fiber and that are good for your body. I liked trying new things, and it's a new thing I can have for breakfast, and it was neat learning how to make it.
Vegetables, fruit, beans, nuts, seeds, meat. These are the things that really make us grow to be healthy, strong adults and to be able to have the energy to live your life.
Teacher Lindsay Constance hopes her students take these words to heart.
Well, if kids come to school and they've had a breakfast with, fruit and protein and whole grains, they're going to be able to sustain their energy longer through the day and perform better versus if they're having, Fruit Loops for breakfast. So that's important. And then also if they're getting regular exercise, it just helps their brain to perform better, do better on testing and learn more.
To reinforce the importance of being active, students got to try working out in several ways, including a mini boot camp.
3, 2, go!
Nathan says this was his favorite part of the day.
We did sit-ups, push-ups, wall sits, planks. It makes you stronger, and it can make you smarter and be awake more and concentrate.
Students also got to try other fitness alternatives, such as kickboxing and Zumba aerobics. They also heard from an Ironman triathlete who encouraged students to explore different kinds of activities until they find one that's right for them.
I love that I did the Ironman, but that's fun for me. I think you guys should all just find something that keeps you active, that keeps you healthy, that gets you in shape. I think you should find something that you enjoy.
I hope they at least get, 1 or 2 things that they can do to improve their health, just because, with diabetes and heart disease and things like that we're starting to see with younger and younger children, I really want these kids to get some new strategies for eating and being active so that they can be healthier adults.
A Power Up grant from the Kansas Department of Education provided the funding for Bluejacket-Flint's Wellness Day. The generosity of Shawnee Mission families is helping their neighbors in need. We'll visit the parent-powered clothing center when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns. Welcome back. Helping fellow families in need is at the heart of a special store run by the Shawnee Mission Area Council PTA.
The Clothing Center is a place where anyone who lives in the Shawnee Mission School District can come to shop for free and find gently used clothing. We have both adult and children's sizes.
The Clothing Center, located in the Arrowhead Administrative Building, is powered by volunteers.
Our volunteers are from our units, our PTA units. Again, there are 43 PTA units from the 43 schools in the district. Each unit is assigned a Monday to work, and we ask for 6 volunteers from that unit on those Mondays.
To think that all this is done by volunteer labor through our PTA is just very impressive. They have the seasonal clothes, and I was impressed by the storage. Apparently they were telling me Boy Scouts have built shelves and things back there so that it's all very accessible.
The Clothing Center is open each Monday that Shawnee Mission schools are in session. Morning shopping hours are from 9 to 11 a.m. On the second Monday of each month, the center is also open from 5 to 7 in the evening.
You know, we're just here to help those in our district who are in need, and that need is getting greater and greater every year. We've seen a huge increase in the people that we are serving. In that respect, we need people to give us donations. We, again, accept donations of gently used, preferably washed.
The center accepts gently used clothing that is clean and ready to wear. It also has a program that provides new underwear and socks for free to Shawnee Mission students who need them.
Just in one semester, we went through $4,000 of socks and underwear, which again has greatly increased since the previous year.
We're a title school, so we see families in need every day, and it is great to have this resource available for our families and families all over the district.
The section that we're in right now, this is our workroom. This is where our volunteers come in. They take the bags and they sort through the clothes. We hang up all of the clothes, and then there are racks in several different rooms around us. There's, again, a room that's just adult clothing, and then there's a room with children's clothing where the patrons can shop.
I'm really impressed. The organization here is evident. I know that families coming in needing support, and I think it's going to be easy for them to find exactly what they need.
There's multiple ways to help, whether you've got one Monday that you'd like to come or multiple Mondays that you'd like to come. We would love to have you.
To learn more about the Clothing Center, visit the Shawnee Mission Area Council PTA website at smac-pta.org. You could call it a day for poetry in motion. Up next, student poets share their vision in the Beatnik Cafe. Dimmed lights, coffee house snacks, and the soft sound of fingers snapping to the poet's prose. It wasn't a step back in time, just a visit to Shawnee Mission West's Beatnik Cafe.
Why do I write? See, that's a really good question. For me, for you, whether you hate it or lay impressed with. See, I write because I know these words with a little hope can make a difference. Starting at the heart of me and ending with you in the sentence, period.
Yeah. It started with one of my classes doing some poetry and me bringing in some coffee one Friday and having a coffee house. And then I told them how I was inspired by the Beatniks. They asked me to bring some of the beat writing in, and by the next year, the Beatnik Cafe had arrived.
A dozen years later, so many poets are willing to share that the Writers' Workshop students now invite 11th and 12th grade English classes to come enjoy the poetry and a cookie.
When I was too small to sit over the counter on my tippy toes, I'd yank on your shirt and whisper, "Me too," because you always knew the best things to order. Someday there will be constellations named after you, and when people look up, they'll finally see what I've always seen, and I won't be the only kid who wants to be like you when they grow up.
So the Beats are a movement in the late 40s and 1950s that were inspired by the nonconformists. Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg and William Burroughs and Lawrence Ferlinghetti are the ones that we study. And this really is inspiring and speaks to the students who don't feel like they fit in.
I'm just trying to compare which moose will keep these curls happy.
Poem topics cover just about everything.
You're going to have love, you're going to have social justice issues, you're going to have poems about family and the pain of our broken lives and relationships. So a poem is as creative as every different person. It takes on so many different hues and colors.
There are poignant poems, such as the student writing from the heart about her disabled brother.
To you, his light may be a little dim, but to me, he burns brighter than any fire. And I'm not sorry because your comments are irrelevant because my little brother is the definition of intelligent.
And more lighthearted poems about the struggles of being a teenager.
But my struggle includes the hardest choices in life, OJ or milk. And if the clothes on the ground are actually clean or clean enough to still wear. So my struggle is about as rough as silk.
I think people really like the fact that, or they admire the fact that someone can get up and express their opinion in a really eloquent way and just stand by it and not really be afraid of what other people think because that's how they feel.
Writers' Workshop teacher Lauren Schultes says Beatnik Cafe is a highlight for students.
They love it. It's one of their favorite things here at West, and it's a tradition that I hope we never have to part with. And the kids appreciate it, and West has this great culture of celebrating poetry, which I don't think is common in a lot of high schools.
I think that the student body really is open up to it, and it teaches them some really important things about people and about how everybody has their own story that they want to tell.
I first became a poet. You guys might not know this, but before I was a poet, I was a guy who was a genius socially and geniusly failing geometry ferociously. I was a guy who you took time out of your day to wave at.
And I mean, you could wave until the front of your hand was dripping ice sculptures.
Because I wasn't afraid of handing out broken chips from my frozen shoulder. I was a guy who had conversations
with your worst nightmare.
Never to share the truth about me, continue to shade itself in layers like broken concrete.
There's this momentum that has come about, and we have former students come back and share their poems, and there's just this almost kind of like legacy and this special thing that's happening. So the poems have grown more creative, and there's something very liberating that's happening in the hearts of our kids.
Be who you want to be and write in golden pen. Individualism is something only the weak-minded condemn, so let yours be strong and let your voice be stronger.
Oh, it's magic. It really is. Beatnik Cafe is one of those things that because of the students, as most good things in the school happen, because of the students, it is turned into this really magical day.
That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.